If you are a high achieving leader or entrepreneur who is committed to doing meaningful work in the world without burning out, this video is for you. Because today we're going to bust through some of the most common leadership sayings you've probably heard your entire life. Some of them sound really motivational, others might have helped you at some point in your life, but many of them, they're actually outdated and unsustainable, and they're holding you back from being able to show up and lead with clarity and confidence and intentionality. So let's dive into 10 popular sayings that mindful, sustainable leaders need to rethink. Starting with one that gets shouted from every gym and boardroom and motivational meme: no pain, no gain. So we've been conditioned to believe that growth has to come through struggle, that suffering is a badge of honor. But here's the truth: growth doesn't have to be punishing. Yes, as a mindful leader, it is important that we are able to be with the discomfort, that we are able to challenge ourselves. But it doesn't have to be that we are in this constant state of pain in order to grow. Sustainable leaders recognize that the path to sustainable impact involves rest and reflection and recovery, in addition to the challenge and the discomfort. Second one, failure is not an option. On the surface, this sounds like a wonderful motivational call to excellence, but in reality, it creates a culture of fear where people hide mistakes, where they avoid risks, where they stay small. So, mindful leaders know that failure is a part of growth. It's not something to avoid, it's something to learn from. So when we can normalize mistakes, when we can normalize failure, we create innovation and safety and trust. Number three, sleep when you're dead. This one makes me cringe because a lack of sleep doesn't make you a better leader. It makes you more reactive, less creative, prone to more poor decisions. Sleep is a leadership strategy. It's foundational for emotional regulation, for our cognitive functioning, our decision making, our long term impact. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead when you are not cared for, when you're not nourished, when you're not rested. It's not sustainable. So it is important that we are making time for sleep, making time for taking care of ourselves so that we can continue showing up and leading in a mindful and sustainable way. Number four, if you want something done, do it yourself. This phrase might sound like it's about taking ownership. However, it often leads to micromanagement and burnout and disempowered teams. Mindful leaders can delegate with trust. They don't try to do everything alone. They recognize the power of having a team. So leadership isn't about doing more, it's about focusing on what only you can do and then creating the conditions for others to thrive. Number five, stay in your lane. This one gets tossed around a lot like a productivity hack, but it can lead to siloed thinking and missed opportunities and a lack of innovation. So, mindful leaders value connection. They value this cross pollination of ideas and diverse perspectives. Great leaders know when to focus and they know when to collaborate across lanes to create something that's even better. Number six, fake it till you make it. So here's the thing: pretending to have it all figured out may get you through a meeting, but it's exhausting and it's unsustainable. Authenticity builds trust, vulnerability builds connection. So instead of faking it, try owning it until you grow into it. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be real. Number seven, keep your emotions out of it. We've been told that emotions have no place in business, but neuroscience tells us otherwise because emotions aren't the problem. It's unregulated emotions that are. It is okay to experience anger or frustration or sadness. Mindful leaders don't suppress their emotions, they understand them and they regulate them. So, emotional intelligence is one of the most important leadership skills that you can develop. It helps you lead with clarity and compassion and presence, even when the stakes are high. Number eight, Good leaders always have the answers. Well, here's a secret, they don't. The best leaders ask better questions. They create space for curiosity, for collaboration, for shared problem solving. When you pretend to know everything, you shut down your team's brilliance. So mindful leaders are willing to say, I don't know, but let's figure it out together. Number 9, grind now, rest later. I get this hustle mentality, but if you keep waiting for later to rest, you'll burn out before you ever even get there. Mindful leadership is about knowing when to push through, but not pushing through until you collapse. It's about creating this rhythm with work and rest for yourself, but also modeling it for your team because rest isn't a reward for hard work. It's what allows you to continue showing up and doing the work that matters. So I shared earlier around sleep, but this is also about making that time for rest during the day, taking breaks to go for a walk or to make sure you're eating food or using the restroom, all of the different things that are actually essential for us to be able to thrive. Number 10, don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. This one is dangerous because it discourages honesty, vulnerability, and asking for help. Mindful leaders know that not every team member is going to have every solution, but they may have some valuable insights into the problem. So we can't expect everyone to solve problems on their own before they can speak up. Yes, it can be beneficial to encourage our team members to take some time to process through, maybe to get to the root of what the problem is and to bring some suggestions. But we want to create this psychological safety and invite collaboration and model real leadership through listening and allowing people to come to us, not just when they have a solution, but when a problem arises where they don't feel like they're able to fully take care of it on their own. So here's the thing. We just talked through these 10 different leadership sayings, and they didn't come from nowhere. Many of us were raised on them. We grew up with them. We saw it modeled throughout our life. We lived by them. Many of us succeeded with them, but they're not sustainable. When we think about the work that we want to do in the world, making it meaningful, making it impactful, my desire is for every one of you to continue being able to do your part, to make the world a better place, to show up and lead from a place of honesty and confidence and passion and commitment and presence. I want amazing people to be out there doing amazing work in the world. And when you're burnt out, you're not able to continue doing that work. When you are modeling these behaviors that aren't sustainable, it's creating more and more people, more and more leaders that think and feel the same way. So my invitation for you is to just check in with some of the old beliefs or old sayings that you might have floating through your head that are causing you to do things that aren't sustainable, that aren't supporting you and being able to continue doing the work that you care about, the work that you love, the work that matters. So hopefully this was helpful. Which one of these sayings was the most impactful for you to hear? I'd love to see it in the comments. Drop a comment and share if there's any other ones that I missed that you recognize now. It's like, hey, this did not work for me, or it's no longer working for me. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for being here. Have an amazing day. Continue going out there, sharing your gifts with the world, making the world a better place. I hope that you have an amazing day and hope to see you soon. Bye.